You are grateful for the guy who's sitting here and exposing themselves. Because this is not good lighting. I'm pretty sure this is not the best lighting that's going to get me the most views on YouTube. But that doesn't really matter because I'm here being honest and this is very rare. I'm so glad to be in this kind of position where I can be honest publicly about lots of things in my life and tell you how I'm suffering with being this person who's not allowed to express themselves because society thinks that finished products is the only thing that deserves attention. And we live in this society. It's hostile to how humans should live in this day and age because we have all of these incredible skills which we can practice, and there's just no reason to practice them because you're not good enough because you don't have a studio. And yeah, I have a studio. Look at this. This is my studio. There's a guitar behind me. What more do I want? But then it's not enough. There's no enough for the content. It's everything that you do is just eventually you're gonna think that it's not as good as what someone else did, and that's just gonna be sad unless you're too busy doing things, because when you're doing things you don't focus on these negative aspects, you focus on doing the thing, and that is what's important. And this channel is going to be about that. It's not going to be about games anymore. Damn it, I am sick and tired of games. We are going to stop playing games. I'm kidding, I'm still going to play games, but maybe I'll start a new channel, right? There's no knowing. Oh. There is a bunch of connotations that comes with putting yourself out there, like breathing into the mic and then knowing that people are going to listen to it. But it can all be treated, and then you can spend more and more resources treating it, and you could pay lots of money, and in the end you have a product that just isn't you anymore. And it doesn't fulfill the purpose that it was intended to fulfill, and that is foolish because you were meant to perform and craft. Who was the guy? The guy was the good hunter back in the day when we were all, wearing animal skin. Back in the day, who was the guy? The guy was who performed the best, who hunted the best, who went for the jugular at the right time. Sometimes, who found the most food, who was the most watchful. And the guy was also who crafted the tools, and the quality of the tools was what determined his performance. But then eventually, once he got good at crafting tools, I don't know if everyone else crafted their own tools. He was given a responsibility to craft more tools because that's what, right? And he gets more food, I guess, in return. But that's the kind of society that we lived in. But today it's you work away, God knows why. And let's say you're a craftsman of some sort and you don't get paid for your craft. That's the world we live in. You get paid for weird abstract things. And I'm not saying that this shouldn't exist. This is the way that society was meant to progress naturally. The manager has a more difficult cognitive load on his head. And trust me, I've thought about this, about becoming a manager in my company. Right now, I'm not ready. I'm strong, but I'm not the manager guy, and this is an incredibly complex role. And if you're tired of the tech grind of learning the next technology, and if you think that all technologies are the same by now, which is how I've always thought, is you get better at tech. What you really need is logic. But then logic really doesn't apply in a world where most people proceed based on emotion. So forget logic, right? I'm kidding. Yeah, so it's the highest level of logic to be able to decide what someone else will do and expect them to do it. And it's really an endless optimization problem, which is where the most brains are taken and you never get an answer. So they're not really as satisfying as the solvable problems, but there's still problems that need to be solved in today's world, in capitalist society for sure. Because otherwise, it doesn't really matter if we didn't make progress. There would be lots of people dying, but there would also be a feeling that came with, oh, we're not slaves to money, and oh, what I am, my worth isn't dependent on money. It's actually, maybe in prehistoric society, it was dependent on skill. And even before that, it was dependent on, I don't know what. What did humans do before we had the tools? I have no idea. We've forgotten. That's what's happened. And probably what we did was pretty satisfying. And now I have people around me earning 70 lakhs per year. That's crazy. I can't even imagine what it feels like to earn that kind of money. And then they're not happy. When I ask them, are you happy? The answer is, I don't know. Why that answer? I am telling you that I feel happy a lot of the time. I have severe stuff going on. Just don't ask about it. And there's cognitive load for sure. There's this perfectionism thing that I'm trying to cure. And this video is going to be part of that. But it's really tough to put yourself out there. And putting yourself out there in a way is what's going to bring society, at least individuals in society, the kind of exposure that they want. Especially narcissistic individuals like myself who are like, मैंने ये create किया, me. It's like, yeah, so what? What is the point? Why am I making this channel? I started with the gaming thing because I felt comfortable putting gameplay out there because I don't really know how to measure the quality of gameplay. I did what I did, I looked at it, I thought it was entertaining. I didn't think it was that funny. We can make it funnier, okay? We just need more editing. And then I put it out and I didn't feel shame putting it out because we had people already doing that before me. And thank God for that because otherwise I would just, it would be very sad because I would not have this opportunity to put myself out while with the gameplay and then eventually without the gameplay put my face on the public. I don't know how this is going to get misused. There could be AI that reads this content and uses it to someone else's advantage. It's all possible. And yet, here I am putting myself out. I don't know what it's for. I won't say it's for you because so far it's not been for you. It's for me, I'm sure. For us. It's for us. It's for us to get along so that you have the chance to see, look at this incredibly vulnerable person on the internet and see that it has value. Just being vulnerable has value in this society because we know we make a fair amount of money. I mean, at least people like me, but then we're not happy. And why are we not happy? And no amount of studying is going to answer that question because it's about how you feel. And I know that when I am watching YouTube, I don't feel like watching YouTube. I feel like putting myself out there, being vulnerable. And I had to put in a lot of effort to get to this point where I can speak for a minute. It's very difficult. And maybe that's something that I can, give to people is how I got here and how might you get here because your journey will be different from mine because I am a very different person. I'm sure. I'm kidding. Maybe I'm one more reason to do this is that I find people like me, and that would just be great. It would takes so much pressure off of existence. And I'm sure there's more reasons, and we can do more reason videos if you like watching this. If someone likes watching this, I like watching it. Okay, I'm gonna come back and watch this video at some point when I'm demented and 60, because we're getting older faster unless we do something about it. And yeah, I'm trying to do lots of things, and none of them are making the public eye because I feel like they're not good enough. And that's just foolish because I mean, do you want me to insert here footage of things that are public? I could do that. Yeah, I need to not be holding my mic. I need access to my keyboard. I can just swap out and do that. And there's stuff going public that you don't want to go public. Nobody wants it in public, and it's public, and people are watching it and they're relating to it and they're watching it repeatedly. I have no idea why, but it's happening. That's the video. Me being myself on camera for all to see. You're welcome. I'm kidding. Thank you.